Diving into the detail, how is the crisis impacting spend on digital? Are we seeing some formats being disproportionately impacted, or is spend in some areas hanging in there relatively well, whereas others are more depressed? What's the story?
So again, I think it's more of a reflection on the type of content than the type of ad unit. So the main challenge is around news content. That's certainly where we've seen the biggest challenge from our members. So if you're a news provider or a company that works with news brands, there's been a massive impact, and that's because of the blocking activity that's happening around news at the moment. So many brands are choosing to block coronavirus keywords, and of course so much of the news is around the coronavirus at the moment, but also brands are choosing just to block all news now. And that's a big challenge, because that's unwittingly people are kind of making the choice that they're valuing the open web, an article of, look at someone that used to be on EastEnders, what do they look like now? They're valuing that above quality journalism. And that's a challenge, but it's easy, I think, to sort of polarize yourself in one extreme or the other. It's easier to be a media owner and think, well, that's just ridiculous behavior. And it's easy to be a brand and think, well, I'm just better off out of all of this type of content. I think you have to try and think about those two extremes and why they exist. So for an advertiser, it's easy to assume they're doing something stupid. Well, they're not. They're trying to make the right decisions for their business, and if they perceive a risk, they're trying to steer clear of it. But actually, so what we need to do a better job as an industry is educating brands around this issue. Firstly, quality content performs better. So we did a piece of research last year that looks at the value of attention. And actually, the biggest driver of attention on ads, so attention that someone pays on your ad, is the quality of the content. And people are 3 times more likely to engage and focus on ads that are in quality content versus ads that are elsewhere on the internet. So there's a massive difference in the value of quality content. And I think, we have to do a better job of educating the industry about that. We have to do a better job of educating the industry about, the value more broadly of news, and the impact that these decisions are having at the moment, because I think we're seeing from not all but most news providers at the moment, their traffic is up perhaps by 50%, but revenues have been hit very, very hard.
I mean, time is not our friend, it seems to me, in sorting out this issue.
No.
There are some campaigns taking place across the industry to resolve the blacklisting problem.
Yeah.
Do we need to do more? Are there any, is there anything else that the industry should be doing to try and address this issue?
Yes, we need to do more, because it's not working yet. It's not a quick thing to change. I think is probably part of the challenge, but we need to move really quickly. So we've seen, I think what's been really encouraging actually is how the industry has worked together on it. So trade bodies have really worked together on this. So there's been a really sort of collective voice from ISBA, Newsworks, NMA, the AOP, from us at the IAB, to try and sort this problem out. And funnily enough, I mean, it's been something that we've been working on collectively for many months. We've worked on a guide that we've published together, which I'd recommend that everyone read. I'm sure people may have seen the Back Don't Block campaign that's been out. We've just launched 9 practical steps for advertisers. So that's just come out in the last day or so, which gives a bit more detail on, the practical things you can do, because, we felt that step was kind of missing at the moment. But you know, you're absolutely right. We need to work very quickly to solve this problem, because I think it's a sort of existential threat to free news, which is so important for not only for our industry but for society as a whole.